know your numbers, to know what the hell is going on out there. Then you can explain them extremely well. Folks, I obsess with the numbers. I watch inventory levels, pendings, solds, percentage of pendings in all the markets we are in at a minimum on a weekly basis. So that when you're in front of a buyer who 1 year ago says, I can't wait to buy, I can't wait to buy, I can't wait to buy, oh my God, I'm gonna miss out. And then literally 6 months ago, well, why isn't there 73 offers? Is there something wrong with the house? No, I'm gonna think about it. And you're like, what? Buyers are thinking of buying homes. They start to get really uptight and nervous about certain things, and then they only notice things like this. The luxury home market posts its biggest decline in a decade. It's like crickets. Existing home sales fell for the 11th consecutive month. Home prices saw a historic drop in the fourth quarter. They start to only see negativity. And we went through 2 straight years of only positive articles. Do home sellers see those? No. Home sellers see these. Home prices hit a record high in the second quarter. Home prices hit an all-time high. They both read the same newspaper. One sees one thing, one sees another. And that makes the conversations very challenging, especially if you are only explaining it and not actually showing them. See, us human beings, we're very screwed up creatures. We have a very hard time believing what we hear, but we do believe what we see. So when you're dealing with a client, you can't just say it, you also have to show it. South Florida is a place that people go and buy homes when they have extra what? Money. So when you see a pullback there, that is a sign of a larger economic picture. What is the first thing people do if there's any money trouble? They sell their second home. The housing market's gonna crash. It's gonna be like '08 all over again. Really? Does this look like '08 to you? Look at '08. 2007, 145,000 homes listed for sale. Look at these 3 years. That's what tipped the market over. There's been 2 times there was a true crash in prices. The 30s in 2008. But people still have post-traumatic stress of '08. When a buyer says to you, I'm going to wait until the market crashes, my first question is, well, what do you mean by crash? Because remember, buyers confuse home sales and home prices. 2 totally separate things. Make sure you can distinguish between the 2. So I would say to a buyer, stay with me, ready? What do you mean by a housing crash? Well, I think prices are just gonna fall out. Okay, well, I'll tell you, that's gonna be very difficult. It's gonna be very difficult for that to happen. Well, they've gone down since last year. Well, okay, there's been some settlements since last May and June when things peaked. But to have any real sustained fallout in pricing, you have to have an overabundance in inventory, not under. This is national housing inventory. 2007, 4 million homes for sale. Right now, about 1 million. 4 times the amount of housing inventory in '07 leading up to '08. That's why things crashed. Consumer behavior, folks, we all do it. Earlier when I said buyers are liars and sellers are worse, I have news for everybody in here. That's all of us. Benefits of home ownership. You have to get back to explaining other benefits to home ownership, because number 3 on this list, asset growth, or you could call it equity growth, right? That one is the one that everybody was so excited about for 3 years, because if they closed on a house today, 6 months from now it was worth 10% more. And that, folks, is how the market got screwed up. There are other things, other benefits that you have to talk to buyers about. How about control of your own domain? When you rent a place, Mr. Buyer, you can't paint a wall, you have to ask permission. You can't do this, you can't do that. When you own it, you're in control. Having a fixed monthly payment, super important. Last year, rates went up, I just told you a little while ago, 1 point in 17 days. The mortgage interest deduction. When you pay your mortgage every month, you pay interest. You are allowed to write off a portion of that interest depending upon your income bracket and expense it to bring your overall taxes down. You need to point that out to first-time buyers, long-time homeowners, everyone. The purpose of a call is get the appointment. The purpose of the appointment is sign them up. Then you go from there. See, the problem that most salespeople make and most realtors, one of the problems that realtors have is they do the right things, but they do them in the wrong order. They start asking all the self-serving stuff up front instead of talking to the consumer about what they want and need and addressing their concerns. Because the better you get at these conversations, the more people you're going to convert. Folks, 75% of the people that reach out to you on a listing, they're buying a house. Maybe not today, maybe not in 3 months, but they're buying a home. The only question is, are they buying it from you, from you, from you? That's it. Here I am talking about sales this, sales that, but the truth is, what do we do every day? We work with people to buy their home. What means, so other than their family, it means the most to them. We are the direct conduit to home ownership, okay? We're on the front line of that, and we should be proud of that. So don't be shy, be on offense, put yourself out there. We are in a contact sport. The more people you are in contact with, the better you will do. Who enjoyed the event today? And last question, who's coming back next year?